So goodbye for us. You have to say it, baby. And
Hey, what's up everybody? So today I am unboxing my YESWELDER 250P. It's a TIG welder, AC/DC. I've been sitting there trying to figure out whether I wanted to actually get a TIG welder or not, just keep using MIG. And you know, the last time I think I TIG weld was probably high school, and that's been a long time ago. So we're gonna try and TIG weld and learn how to do it. Again, like I said, I think I even back in high school, I think I only did it 1 or 2 times just for part of the class, and it wasn't really good. But hey, let's give it a shot. Like I said, we got a brand new YESWELDER 250P, and we bought it off Amazon. I got a good deal on it. I also got some gas lens kits for it. I heard, you know, that's supposed to help make a better weld or make the airstream or the gas more efficient. Instead of just having a big cloud of smoke or gas through it, it's a cleaner shot of it. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna try out a couple pieces. Like I said, I'm not any professional at this. I'm better at the MIG welder, but I mean it's not too hard to MIG in my opinion. But we're gonna learn how to try to TIG weld for all our future projects, and we're gonna try on some 1/8 inch steel right away. Just try a couple puddles. Otherwise, yeah, I'm gonna start unboxing this or start hooking it up, and we'll go from there. So hey guys, let's jump to it.
So goodbye for us. You have to say it, baby. And Texacles, you wanna try, baby. I know you can, I know your heart, and you will figure out you love me now, 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 now. You know I gotta leave you, love me now, 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 now. You know I gotta leave.
Alright everybody, so I did one quick pass of this TIG welder after I set it up. I'm using a 3/32 electrode with the, I believe it's red, don't tell me what the mixture is, but it's the red tip. Cleaned it off with some acetone, this is some 1/8 inch steel that I welded on, and everything turned out good. The only thing I did do is I didn't clean off, there's a sticker actually on the back side, so if you saw smoke rising, it's burned in the sticker. So what I did is I grinded this off, forgot to wipe this part down with acetone, but my filler rod was clean, my tungsten was clean. That's kind of one of the biggest things that I read. From the initial start of this machine is great. I mean, my MIG welder does 3-in-1, so it has stick, TIG, and MIG. And the problem with those is you never really get one. I mean, the one that I have, it's a thermal. Let's see what's it say. Thermal arc 3-in-1. The problem that I see it is you can't have the best of like all the worlds. It'll probably work just fine. That one, I believe, only is a DC welder, so it couldn't do aluminum, but it can do your mild steel and everything like that. But when I used it, it just seemed like the arc wanted to go crazy. It kept burning off my tungsten. I don't know what I was doing. I'd change the amperage. I'd do everything I could. Nothing was working. So I used this one. I set up everything. I figured out my tungsten at 3/32 needed to be at about 100 amps or more, depending on what I'm welding. So I just set it at about 110 just to, give it a little bit of extra juice since I am welding 1/8 inch steel. Like I said, so actually, here, I'll show you quick. So these are the initial welds. I'm not sure if it's going to give me... So these are the initial welds that I did with the other TIG welder. And I mean, it just, nothing was working right. I cleaned everything as best as I could. Filler rod, I mean, the puddles were just dog. I mean, it was bad. I don't know what I was doing. I mean, right here it got so hot that it blew holes in it. I turned everything down. I mean, I could not get this thing to perform right on my old welder with a 3-in-1. And so I couldn't get that thing to perform with a 3-in-1. So what I did, so I bought this new TIG welder. And like I said, guys, this thing works amazing. I set it up. I watched a good video about how to set this up properly, what each function means. I haven't TIG welded since high school. That was a while ago. And I think it was only worth for like one day. But I mean, I basically did this. So I did a practice run, basically no filler rod. So I welded no filler rod. So this machine has the high frequency start, which means the second I press my pedal down or hit the switch and I get close enough to my metal, it jumps the arc and starts my welding. I don't have to touch my piece of metal and scratch start it, which is like my old machine. And sometimes it wouldn't arc right, or it just popped off weird. And it just got bad. But yeah, this one has a high frequency start, and initially just started right up, and my puddle was just glowing. No, it was perfect. Like, it didn't freak out. It wasn't jumping the arc. It wasn't trying to find the quickest or the least resistant way. But so I just basically just started moving my puddle. Here, we'll jump over here quick. All right, so basically these two welds right there are only me just taking the electrode, no filler rod, and those are, just two nice, beautiful puddles, in my opinion. For some guy that hasn't done it for 15, 16 years or whatever, and he only had a day crash course in it, I think that was pretty good. And then you can see right here, this is where I started using a filler rod. And then towards the end, I think I pulled away too much, and so it didn't actually melt my puddle. And so it just filled it up. Let's see if I can get that zoomed in a little better. So you can kind of see it raises up a little bit. But for the, at the beginning, it actually worked out pretty good in my opinion. So yeah, guys, this welder, for the money that you can spend on it, and I'm not even using like the glass, or I think what they call them, gas lenses. I'm not using any gas lens or anything like that. This is just straight what you would get with the kit. I bought the pedal separate. But using just the YESWELDER with the normal 330 seconds tungsten, cleaned off red tip, and then just 100% argon, I mean, that's what I did. I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to keep jumping on my 1/8" steel just so I can get a rhythm of how to weld. And then eventually I'm going to try to tackle some mild steel, or some like tin, 18 gauge and stuff like that. I think that's going to be a little trickier, but hey, we got to start somewhere. All right, guys, we're going to jump right back to it. All right, so I just finished my passes with the DC Pulse. I forgot how to record. I forgot to hit the record button. What this does is it just sits there and like kind of keeps amplifying. It's pulsing, so it spikes, and so it's constantly going up and down, up and down. So what that's going to help you do is when you get that really thin metal, it's going to let you not burn through it as quick. So if you just have like that heat consistently on that thin piece of metal, you have a chance of blow through. But with the pulsing, if you let it cool down just a bit and then ramp it back up, it's going to let that piece of metal actually stay more, give you less chances of actually blowing through. At least that's how I understand it. But I mean, it worked out pretty well. I basically, see if we can get in here and show you. All right, so that weld is all pulse welding, so everything, everything right there. This one, I basically just took a cutoff wheel and just cut a giant line straight through my piece of metal. You could basically, this is one, this is another one. just so I have that, attempt to try to fill a gap. The beginning, I believe, it's actually a little tricky, but once you get that filler rod melted, it makes it way simpler to try and complete the weld. And you might, let's see if I can get a better angle on it. So this is basically my weld. It doesn't want to fold. So this is kind of my weld, like again. So that's going to be one with pulse, and then this one right here is also going to be a pulse weld. This one I had to stop early because I accidentally touched the tungsten to the pool, which then caused it to basically join together. But for the most part, for the most part, I thought it turned out very well. Especially like I said, I mean, I haven't TIG welded since high school. I guess I do take that back. I attempted to use my 3-in-1 MIG welder, but it just did not like me at all. Like if you saw it earlier with all those weird crap welds, it just didn't look good. This one makes me look like I'm actually, like I've done this before in a sense, maybe just a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, you guys be the judge of that. But again, I mean, this thing, it looks good. It makes it efficient. This is also an attempt for pulse welding, just to kind of see what it would do. And, and I believe that if you have a bigger gap, it actually probably makes it a little more difficult to weld. Alright everybody, so thanks for watching. So this is my first attempt on using my YESWELDER 250p. I will try to put the video down there that I watched where the guy shows you how to set it up and kind of goes through each one of the functions. Like again, I researched on TIG welding, watched video upon video. There's a bunch of them out there on YouTube. I'm not probably going to create one and saying like, this is what I did on how to set my machine up. I'm just kind of showing you my first attempt at doing it. And we'll go from there. But like I said, guys, I mean, don't be afraid to try something new. This welder works amazing. I have not TIG welded since high school again, or I guess again, I tried my 3-in-1, blah, blah, blah. But for the most part, my welds, from what I can see, I've seen worse welds from professionals. I don't know. I mean, when some people put up welds, I mean, I've seen even equipment, that comes off, a factory line, and you have to sell it, and all of a sudden it's like you look at it, you're like, that's a weld. It's atrocious on how bad it looks. Not saying that mine are any better, but again, guys, first time since a long time of trying to TIG weld, and this machine makes me look like I kind of knew what I was doing. So guys, don't be afraid to try something new. This machine is fairly cheap on Amazon. I'll try to put that down in the description. There's different deals that you can try to do, whether you just use their credit card, get some discounts, and everything along those lines. But again, guys, I mean, this is a great welder for the price. Hey, everybody, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Please go to my Facebook page, Instagram, like, share it. I appreciate everybody watching these videos, and I'm going to try to keep making more and more of them. So, guys, thanks for watching.